to One Step Beyond, the Body Shop Guide to Successful Selling. When I started the Body Shop in 1976, I could have written all I knew about the cosmetic industry on the head of a pin. But what I didn't know about business, I knew about people. And as a shopper, it dismayed me that sales staff tended to, and still do, use counters as a refuge to avoid making contact with customers. And that is something I decided, even then, would never be the Body Shop way. From the beginning, sales staff were encouraged to treat customers as potential friends, say hello, smile, make eye contact, and to offer advice when it was needed. And above all, treat them as they would like to be treated. If people want to buy, all you have to do is give them a reason. When selling is, as it's right now, fiercely competitive, the strongest selling point you can offer to customers is yourself. Selling is the most personal of professions because there's so much of yourself involved in it. You pull out your talent and ability and know-how. This video will introduce you to new skills which, when used with your personality and your enthusiasm for the product, will take your selling ability one step beyond the best service they would ever expect to receive.
She's a busy lady. I'm afraid you're stuck with me for the rest of the video. One of the people I want you to meet should be making an appearance any moment now.
Now you must come back in a couple of weeks and let me know how it's going.
Yes, I will. Thanks very much for all your help.
Pleasure.
Pretty impressive, eh? Well, it's easy when you know how to do it. Let me show you. There were actually 6 important stages which the sales advisor went through with his customer. Here she comes. Even before a word has been spoken, positive messages have been sent. You'll play an important role in this, and it's much more than just the housekeeping. Let me ask you a question. Who would you rather buy from? Salesperson A or salesperson B? The way you merchandise yourself is just as important as the way you merchandise the shop. A tidy appearance implies that you are a professional, and this will give you a head start in building confidence, faith and trust with your potential customers. The signage in the shop is customer friendly. Match that yourself by looking approachable. Our products are easily accessible to everyone. Ensure you're as easy to find as the products. Don't hide behind the till and don't get too engrossed in tasks. Consciously position yourself so that you can make eye contact. Your face is your label. You're also the best free advert we have for our products. So whether it's colourings, fragrance or hair accessories, wear the Body Shop. Okay, you've learned to look the part. Let's see what it takes to play the part. How often have you walked into a shop and have been completely ignored? It's not a nice feeling, is it? Surprisingly, little effort is required from you to welcome our customers and help them feel comfortable in the shop.
Morning.
Hello.
Hi.
It's freezing out there.
Yes, it is cold, isn't it? Still, you'll have a chance to warm up in here, though.
Now that was easy, wasn't it? And it could have made all the difference to our customer. Come here. I'm going to let you in on a big secret. It's something I only realised this morning. Roll the film. She taught me a valuable lesson. Leave the emotional baggage outside the doors. Don't bring it into work because it's a lot of unnecessary baggage to carry. It'll make it much harder for you to do your job well because once you walk through these doors, it's showtime. And that's half the fun. Now back to the business at hand. Did you notice what happened once the customer found the section she was looking for? Let's have an instant replay. I love the magic of film.
I notice you've just tried the aloe vera moisture cream. What did you think of it?
Whenever you're on the shop floor, your task priorities are constantly shifting. But whatever you're doing, always be aware of your customers and your co-workers. What are they doing? Have they greeted the customer who's just walked through the door? Have they offered help to the customer looking at the shampoos? Look for opportunities to welcome people into your shop to help those customers who are sending out distress signals. You know, that guy Shakespeare hit the nail right on the head when he wrote, "If it be not now, yet it will come, the readiness is all." You know, I like that. The readiness is all. Okay, so you observe. Then what? Our sales advisor did the follow-up really well.
I notice you've just tried the aloe vera moisture cream. What did you think of it?
It feels fine. I'm never sure which one to choose.
I rest my case.
I notice you've just tried the aloe vera moisture cream. What did you think of it?
It feels fine. I'm never sure which one to choose.
Okay then, how about let me give you a hand?
And hey, presto, they're in conversation. A conversation tailor-made to the customer he's talking to. And he was able to do this by taking care to observe our shopper, respond to what he sees happening, times it so that she's ready to talk, and ensures they have something specific to talk about. Now, I've got to be honest with you here. Not all conversations go this smoothly. You may have already found this out for yourself. If you haven't, consider yourself forewarned. So what do you do when things don't go the way you expect them to? Let's have a look at two I prepared earlier. It's the same sales advisor, so you know he can get it right. He looked for the signals, timed the approach, and tried to open up a conversation with a remark specifically aimed at his customer. And the response was?
Oh, that's okay, thanks. I'm just looking.
Now, were you just browsing, or were you looking for something in particular?
Actually, I was looking for something I read about in a magazine.
By confirming exactly what the customer meant when she said she was just looking, opened up a conversation. And now the sales advisor is in a position to be able to help the customer find what she's looking for. There will be instances when you don't think it wise to pursue it.
I'm just looking.
And you'll be right. Be polite, though, and leave the door open.
That's fine. But if you do find you've got any questions, I'll be right over here.
Everyone is an individual. Every situation is different. Treat them accordingly. And remember...
I noticed you've just tried the aloe vera moisture cream. What did you think of it?
It feels fine. I'm never sure which one to choose.
Now, it seemed to me that during the sale, the sales advisor asked some really clever questions which encouraged the customer to talk about herself and her skin. Let's have a closer look and see what they were.
Well, if you had to describe your skin, what would you say about it?
My skin's pretty normal here, but I get dry flaky patches on my cheeks which can be quite sore.
What products are you using at the moment?
I'm using soap and water and then a moisturiser.
Now, what would you like your skin to feel like after you've washed?
Just don't want my skin to feel so sore.
Okay, well, I'm sure we've got something here to help soothe those sore areas, no problem. Now, can I just ask you, have you ever used Body Shop products before?
No, I haven't.
That's the answer. Key questions. These questions give you a lot of information without you having to go all around the houses. Hey, come here. And I'm told you can use these key questions in most customer situations. You know, adapting them to different sections within the shop. Hold on a minute. I can hear what you're thinking. Why can't I just ask any old question? Okay, you guys, out you go. Let's look at this question from a different angle. Supposing I said to you, what's your house like? What's your house like?
It's all right. 3-bedroom semi.
Doesn't tell me very much, does it? But if I was to say, describe your house to me.
It's really cosy. It's got 3 bedrooms, smallest room is the box room, and I've just finished decorating my room like a colonial American style. I painted the front room plum to make it really warm and cosy.
Notice the difference? Which one do you think was better? By asking someone to describe something to you, your customer is more likely to express themselves in more detail. They will be specific about the information that's important to them and will give you clues which they think you will need to know in order to help them solve their problem. Obviously, these are not the only 4 questions in the world to ask. They're the foundations. Now, when you're talking to your customers, there may be a question you want to ask just because you're interested in what they're saying or to clarify something. Or you may just want a yes or a no. So be a flexible friend. Be open and concise with what you ask, and you will have the formula. I almost forgot to mention one of the most important ingredients of this formula. Listening skills. Did you get that? Listening skills. These aren't attached to the side of your head just to be pierced, you know.
What are you listening for?
We're listening for key words and phrases. These words are essential because you're going to need them for the next stage of the sale. So keep your ears open. You know, all this concentrating has really made me feel hungry.
Okay, so just let me check your order here. BLT on brown, hold the mayo, pastrami on rye with mustard, ham and Swiss on pumpernickel, onion bagel with cream cheese and lox. Did you want that toasted?
Can I get it toasted?
Oh, sure you can, honey. 2 seltzer waters, 1 cappuccino, 1 sugar-free, caffeine-free Dr. Pepper. Anything else? Okay, doke.
Now, where have I seen that before?
Now, let me just check I've got this straight. Now, you tend to find your skin is normal here, here, and here. But you have dry and flaky patches on your cheeks, yeah?
Yeah, that's right.
And after you've washed the soap and water, your cheeks tend to sting a little, so you put a moisturiser straight on top, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, now washing with soap and water can tend to dry out your skin a little. So let me show you a 3-part routine that will be a lot gentler and help soothe those sore areas.
Great.
I see why that happens. It's all about checking your information, checking your facts. Using your customers' key words to show that you've been listening to what they've said and to ensure you're on their wavelength. I'll tell you what, talking about wavelength, I've noticed something else as well. Have a look at this.
What does your skin feel like after using the soap?
It feels okay here, but my cheeks feel like they're stinging and they feel quite sore, so I put a moisturiser straight on top of them.
Okay, now let me just check I've got this straight. Now you tend to find your skin is normal here, here and here, but you have dry and flaky patches on your cheeks, yeah?
Yeah, that's right.
I was wondering why the sales advisor was copying the customer's action when he summarised. It's like looking in a mirror. When the customer said her face felt sore, he showed concern. And you do it to get on the same wavelength. Look at these two. Notice their body language, the way they're sitting, how they sip their drinks at the same time. That's mirroring. It's all to do with building rapport. In social situations, we don't even know we're doing it. The magic of it is, it's a skill you can develop and use consciously to help build rapport and gain trust with your customer. Let's have a look and see how he did it.
Now this is the carrot, Mr. Green.
Feels nice.
Now of the two, the carrot moisture cream tends to be slightly richer, but you must feel the vitamin E.
There's an example of that mirroring again.
Now the first step of your routine is a good cleanser. I've got 2 here that I'd like to recommend to you. That's the Orchid Oil Cleansing Milk and the Glycerin and Oat Facial Lather.
I'm just going to put this sale on freeze. Did you notice, though surrounded by a sea of bottles, the sales advisor narrowed it down to 2 products to show his customer? Why do you think he did that? Well, that's part of your job. To avoid confusing the customer, always try to present to your customer a choice of the 2 best products for them. And there's something else I want you to have a look at. Who else presents their products that way? You've got a bigger task, because you've got 2 bottles to present with equal emphasis and enthusiasm. But it doesn't have to make it look precious, don't you think?
Now, the next one I want to show you is the Glycerin and Oat Facial Lather. Now, what do you think to the smell of this one?
That one felt good as well.
Now, again, this one would be ideal for your skin. A little of this cleanser goes a long way, so you only need to use a pea-sized amount. But let me show you. You just add water. I'm going to use a facial brush to get a nice lather. You can use your finger if you like, then just massage it in and rinse off. Or you can use the facial brush to apply it, and you get the extra benefit of it helping to remove any dead skin cells, leaving your skin soft and smooth. And what do you think?
Ooh, this was lovely.
See how he demonstrated the product with the customer? Great stuff. Involve your customer in bringing the product to life. You've got to let the customer smell the product, get a real feel for it. Let them hold it, and then it's up to them which one they choose. You know, a lot of the ingredients we use come from all over the world and have been used traditionally for centuries. And they've all got their own unique stories, and everyone loves a good story. So why not share some of these with your customers when you've got an appropriate moment?
It's really nice, isn't it?
Did you know that honey's been used for centuries for its soothing properties? So it'd be ideal for your sore and stinging cheeks. The honey water comes in 5 different sizes, all of which are refillable, and the middle size being the tester. Would you like to take one of those?
How much is it?
The price is shown here on the top.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll take that size.
Sometimes a customer's rule for buying is a condition, and they're not going to buy it unless that condition is met. An example of this might be...
Now, the next one I'd like to show you is the white grape skin tonic. Now, what do you think of the smell of this one?
Oh, no. I'm not keen on that one.
If they don't like the smell, they're not going to buy it. Here's another example.
How much is that? It's $4.95. I don't think I've got enough for that. That's all right. How much are you looking to spend?
That's definitely a customer's buying rule. If you ain't got the money, you ain't going to spend it. So in situations like this, you look for alternatives.
Oh, it's a bit expensive. I know it may seem expensive, but a little goes a long way, so it lasts a long time. How long will it last? Well, used once a day, it should last a couple of months. Okay, I'll give it a try.
That didn't hurt, did it? All that customer needed was a little additional information. Listen to what the customer is saying and give the most appropriate response. With your customer rules for buying, these are hurdles, not barriers. Let's just recap where we've got to. Our customer's got her cleanser and freshener. We've answered any concerns she had, and all the hurdles have been cleared successfully. Now let's see what else she needs.
Now, do you need any cotton wool to go with that?
Yeah, I probably do, actually.
Don't you just hate that? You've done your shopping and you've forgotten to get something. And sometimes you just can't get back. You know, I'm really pleased that lady was shown that cotton wool, because if she'd have got home and realised she didn't have any, that would have been really annoying. Remember, if there's another product that's going to help your customer get the result they want, then it's up to you to introduce them to it. So do them a favour and make sure you tell them about it. Our sales advisor just did. You know how we've seen our sales advisor closing the sale at different stages during his conversation with the customer? With the cleanser,
You've got your cleanser,
the freshener,
your freshener,
the moisturiser.
and your moisturiser. They're all great choices, and they should help soften and soothe those sore cheeks of yours.
Well, here's the grand finale, the close of the whole sales conversation. Time to take control again, or you may lose the whole caboodle. Let's have a closer look at what the sales advisor said and did to round the whole thing up so successfully.
Well, that's your routine. You've got your cleanser, your freshener, and your moisturiser. They're all great choices, and they should help soften and soothe those sore cheeks of yours. Now, are you pleased with your choices today?
Yes, thank you. Now, do I use this routine in the morning and at night?
Yes, you do, for the best results. And I'd recommend that you stick to the routine for at least 4 weeks, so you can really feel the difference in the texture and condition of your skin.
Right, thanks.
Now, was there anything else you'd like today?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, great. Let me show you to the till. Now, you must come back in a couple of weeks and let me know how it's going.
Yes, I will. Thanks very much for all your help.
Pleasure.
Great job. And didn't the customer look happy? One really satisfied customer. So what did our sales advisor do that worked so well? How did he manage to round it all up without the customer feeling pressurised to get to the till and pay or else? What did I notice? Well, the first thing was the way he summarised exactly what the customer intended to buy and then asked if the customer was happy with her choices.
Now, are you pleased with your choices today?
Very clever move, that one. Not only did this imply the customer had chosen to buy all the goods on her own without any pressure from anyone, meaning the sales advisor, but it gave the customer the opportunity to ask further questions.
Now, do I use this routine in the morning and at night?
Yes, you do, for the best results. And I'd recommend that you stick to the routine for at least 4 weeks, so you can really feel the difference in the texture and condition of your skin.
Now that the customer has had her question answered, you can see she's happy with the answer, because she's nodding her head and getting her purse out. Now's the right time to end the sale. But before you do, just check there was nothing else she wanted to buy that day.
Now, was there anything else you'd like today?
After all, she'd hate to get home and remember that she forgot to remember what else she needed that day, if you get my drift. Jog her memory. There's no harm in checking. If then you're quite sure that you've answered all concerns and that she's got everything she needs, offer to take her to the till.
Okay, great. Let me show you to the till. Now you must come back in a couple of weeks and let me know how it's going.
Yes, I will. Thanks very much for all your help.
Pleasure.
Let me share a trade secret. Any touch the customer receives probably won't be registered consciously, but unconsciously it is the added extra which ensures the customer leaves the shop confident that they've had a happy experience. It's all part of confirming the rapport and trust you built up during the sale. A satisfied customer will come back. This proves that if you pull out your talent, ability and know-how, you will provide a service that is one step beyond.